Hey everybody, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Tactics Colosseum AI Tournament League for June. We've got a short, well, not short, but a smaller bracket this season, which will mean shorter streams, same number of streams. Although in this case, one extra because I split the preseason in two. So I'm too tired to stream for 3 hours right now. I'm Sardek, and with me is Koromar.
What's up, everybody?
And let's just get it started. I'm so tired. First up, we have Kaffe 2 versus Break 4. Strength and Fumbles versus Bubblegum Crisis. The daylight oil in this case was actually awake before noon, which is unacceptable. The only reason to be awake before noon is because you haven't been to sleep yet. Anyways, for Kaffe 2, we have Frankie the Time Mage, White Magic HP Restore and Short Charge, Ari the Trent with Blessing of Nature, Shiloh the Black Goblin with the Improved Revive, and Laundry the Lancer with Punch Art, Weapon Guard, and Deadshot. Red Shoes, that's going to be a pretty high damage Lancer. On the other side for Break 4, we have Asauchi the Time Mage with Summon Magic, Catch, and 2 swords for the Double Mace of Zeus. Bankai the Thief with Basic Skill, Weapon Guard, and Equip Bows. Red Shoes to go with it. Shikai the Archer with Snipe Hamido and Equip Gun. And Zanpakuto the Ninja with Item, Arrow Guard, and Throw Item.
Whole lot of range coming out of that second team there.
And definitely prepared for the ranged opponents with that Hamido. Let's start it off on map 40.
Alright, plenty of terrain here. None of the ranged units are Berserk, I believe, so don't have to worry about the sort of outcroppings and everything, but bows, a little bit of an advantage here, can arc over that terrain. Guns, of course, cannot, nor can crossbows, so let's see.
There is definitely a Berserk Archer.
Oh, there sure is. Haste 2 for 2 versus Haste 2 for 4. A little bit of a disparity in the Haste 2 coverage there. Goblin moving on up. Goblins definitely did get buffed. Let's see if it's going to be enough. Shuriken 168 into the Time Mage. Not too bad of a damage, but Time Mage still doing pretty okay. A gunshot into the Black Goblin there. Goblin does get a counter throw, but it is guarded.
Also, let's see if I actually remembered to do it.
Arcs a shot up and over into the tree for 200. Tree still healthy. 306. That is a huge stab. That ninja is gone. Not a bad bit of damage. No, not seeing a damage split or anything like that coming out, so full damage to the tree, but the tree is still healthy. Trees, of course, do have a whole lot of health. Blessing of Nature for the full team there, and we did see that full life getting a kill over there. 77 damage, just enough to take the Black Goblin down, but the Black Goblin did get that re-raise first, so it is going to be able to hop right back up. Another arced shot, only 98 though. That defending as well as the protect, that is a very, very durable Lancer now. A well-aimed rejuve taking a little bit of damage into the archer. Gunshot into the tree, drops it low. Tree must have very low brave, I'm assuming, because it is not getting any damage splits there. $171 from that Lancer into the Thief. That has to be bad compat.
67, so just bad luck.
Arcs another shot up into that that Lancer, but not a whole lot of damage yet. Holy gets a kill on the Thief. It is just this Archer over here. She does get a solid shot onto the Goblin. Goblin is taken out of the action, but she's not going to be able to take down this many units. Stab finishes her off, and that is game 1. Looks like somebody forgot to save state.
I don't know what you're talking about. Whoever could have done such a thing? Anyways, heading to small 31.
See if the small map helps out here at all. That is, it's going to be tough because small maps typically not favoring super ranged teams.
Looks like a slow 2 instead of a haste 2 this time.
There's that damage split finally coming out, and for 100 damage at that, a pretty solid split from the tree. Another shot for 121, bringing it a little lower. Timing does move up and goes for an offensive action, rather... Oh, that is not a slow. That is a summon. There's a full life, and get that kill on the Time Mage in all likelihood. It sure does, not too surprising there. Plenty high faith. Another kill from the tree, and it is a 2-on-4 already. Ninja does its best to even that up, though. Does get a kill, and there's a shot, a charging shot. So let's see what... Oh, that was weird. I thought it froze, but it just hung for a moment. Goblin does res the Time Mage. Ninja takes her right back down, hops up on top there. There's a stab and takes the Ninja down. This is not looking great. Time Strike does take that tree down, and it was right before the tree's turn, actually.
So apparently, I did not set the animation on revive, so I should probably do that.
A little hang there, but not a huge deal.
Well, it's not a hang, it's repurposed slow dance, so it's doing the dancer opening, and the dancer opening has a secondary animation of like those little sparkles going around it when it stops the dance, but this one does not have that secondary effect, so it just looks like he's standing there with his arm up doing nothing.
Makes sense. He's just posing. He's posing after his revive. Wait, that is another offensive full life coming out. It sure is.
No,
oh, but it does not land, actually.
No dice.
Goblin is taken down, so that Reviver is out of here. But this Archer, I do not believe, is long for this world. A hefty crit drops her very low. And that is another full life being charged to take her down. Heartache Strike lands a confusion, but that's not really going to matter. Misses yet again, but it is a 4-on-1.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
That'll do it.
And Kaffe takes the match 2-0. Up next, we have another break match. Break 6 versus Hero. Countermail versus Kaffe of 19 and 99. For Countermail, we have Hushmail the Dancer with basic skill Arrow Guard and Equip Axe. Golem Axe for that extra PA, I guess. Male Fence with Draw Out Counterflood and 2 Mithril Swords. 16 PA and 16 MA. That's going to be some pretty big geomancy. Maylock the Mime and Proton Mail the Ninja with Item, Sicken, and Catch. On the other side, for Kaffe, we have Roland the Knight with White Magic, CT Save, and Equip Gun. Stone Gun, Absorb Fire, Start Slow, Hat, Knight. It's a lot of things. Jake the Squire with Snipe, Dragon Spirit, and Sicken. Eddie the Mediator with Steel, Hamido, and Abandon with an Elf Mantle. And Susanna the Ninja with Item, Weapon Guard, and Throw Item. Notably, there is no time magic to get Roland out of the gate faster. So it's just going to have to naturally wear off that slow. We're heading to large 55.
Ninja with lots of move does mean a lot of throw range, but catch does prevent that. Does not catch in return. Water Ball, and it does apply Sicken. Dancer is dancing, so the mime is going to be able to start acting here in just a moment. Ninja moves up, going for that early aggression. Only gets one hit. That is not ideal, being that far ahead of the team. Wiznibus coming through, drops her low, and I do believe this follow-up Wiznibus is going to get the kill.
Sure does. It does trigger a CT save, however.
Fireball 46% lands and does the... Oh, wow. Wow. The friendly fire from the fireball. That is a huge gunshot.
Well, probably the top end of the crit there.
All 3 units hanging back there. A weapon break does miss. Counterflood coming out. Only 60 damage, not a ton, courtesy of that defending.
That's gotta be 40 brave, right?
I'm assuming definitely very low brave. That's definitely another one of the challenges with mimes. To an extent, you definitely do want to invest that brave because their hand-to-hand damage does depend on it. But it feels pretty bad not having... I mean, they have counter, but not having other potential things, other potential reactions. It hurts a little bit to invest that much brave.
CT saves continuing to go off.
Does actually help that knight out, what with it being so slow. A lot of extra CT saves, so it will get actions faster, but it is getting pretty low here. Another very hefty gunshot, and a re-raise from the Squire moves back next to the knight. But it's not going to take too long and to be able to Wiznibus that, let's see. Okay, she does continue it. So Wiznibus is going to drop that Squire very quickly here.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be it. Squire is down.
Yep, and with CT save, not having anything like HP restore or anything like that, that knight is going to die in just a moment here.
Needed a higher roll to finish off the dancer before, but nope. We go to a game 2. Small 38 coming up. Very constrained map here. There's going to be a lot of congestion in the center just over that bridge.
See what team it plays in the favor of. Magic Shuriken does not hit. Again, that 21% chance courtesy of Catch. That is a kill right out the gate. Wow, that is some rough team damage there. Yikes. A little bit of friendly fire.
That's a comedy of errors is what that is.
That is a hefty carved model. 200 damage is not nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, the double mithril sword giving them 16 MA to go with their 16 PA. It's a lot of damage. And that's without expending the magic attack up for the team.
Shuriken for 192 and a sick into that knight. That is really going to hurt that knight's durability. Does get a big shot into the ninja, but with that much damage off the knight already, it is already in critical. It does get the CT saves, but it is not going to last for too long here. Another, like, 2 hits from Wisnibus, I do believe, does kill it. Mime gets to take advantage of that move, moves up at a teeny tiny little punch on that Squire.
Squire does not appear to have Wish, so...
Ninja attempts to Masa it, or Mime attempts to Masa itself, does not. There's one more whiz, and I believe this Mime should kill. Sure does. Another 2 hits to the Squire. The Squire is going to be dropped low in a moment here. Not quite near fatal yet, but pretty close. Kyo getting the protected shell on 2, and the Mime applying it to himself. No, he's not, because he's immune to statuses, that's right.
Huge jump, but she can't quite get into range to finish it off.
Seal Evil would have been, wouldn't have saved the team, but it would have prevented the Wisnibus. But it does not happen, and that is a quick 2-0.
Break takes the second one. And we head to round 3.
Highlight, yes, there is actually a schedule for these events, of sorts at least. Typically the back half of each month is when we do the streaming. The first half of the month is when people are building their teams. I will link the NG Plus Discord here in just 1 second. Let me grab it.
Are you on the Hactics Discord, or did you just wander here from somewhere else?
That's the link to the New Game Plus Discord. Down in the development section, there's the Final Fantasy Colosseum channel. That is where all the info from this or for this particular tournament is located.
Ah, yes, that's it. I knew I recognized the name, I just couldn't place where. It's BG, not Hactics. Anyways, up next we have Fig 2 versus Paddy, Speedy Support versus La Chanson de Roland. Weaponized HP the Bloodstalker. Support 1 the Ninja with Draw Out Weapon Spirit and Defense Up. Support 2 the Geomancer with White Magic Counter Flood and Magic Attack Up. And Support 3 the Time Mage with Summon Magic, Weapon Guard, and Equip Shield. So it looks like just a giant support squad for that terrifying Bloodstalker. On the other side, we have Roland the Bard, not going to do French anymore. Time Magic, Regenerator, and Defense Up with the Fairy Harp. That's the Confusion or Charm. I think Lamia Harp is Confusion, so I think this is the Charm one.
It is the Charm one.
Charlemagne the Lancer, double Dragon Whisker and Red Shoes with Item, Dragon Spirit, and 2 swords. Ganelon the Mime and Aud the Mime, double mimes. No Dancer this time, though. We'll head to large 76 to start it off.
One of these months that cat portrait will be swapped out for the Tonberry in the select screen.
Yeah, I actually know how to do that now, so like I might just.
Definitely a plenty long battlefield here. Going to take a turn or two for everybody to get into range. Support unit, that ninja does get to move up quite far. The Tonberry, of course, does not have crazy high moves, so will take a little bit of time to move up. Mime's also, of course, having tons of moves, so able to match that ninja. Actually, the whole team kind of closing that gap pretty quickly. Haste does not land on the Dragoon. The Lancer, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
same shit.
Yeah, same thing. It's whatever. Red team is getting very separate. Oh, jeez.
Decent Kiku sweeping through the team there.
You don't often see a ninja with draw out.
The ninja is up ahead of the rest of its team just a little bit. Does take the 2 stabs into the back. Re-raise going off, Dragon Spirit going off to apply that re-raise. Mime with a crit punch finishes her off.
Ninja surviving a 240 hit is pretty uncommon. Like, there's something to this red team.
Ninja gets right back up nice and fast, moves over and goes for a Murasame on herself. Is going to heal up for 140. That's not terrible healing. Blood Ritual will finish that Mime off, and of course does some damage to itself to make those grudges even scarier. That was a big hit there. Stop coming on the Berserker lands. The Berserker is taken out of it for the moment. Everyone's grudge, 120, decent damage, not a ton just yet, but definitely starting the chip down of that big beefy Berserker. No charm proc, a counter flood comes through, but it is not effective on account of the Bard is above the ground. A staff bonk enough to take that down. It is a 4-on-1 and it's a Bard. I don't think the Bard is gonna 1v4 here.
Bard's not traditionally great at soloing.
And unfortunately, I've even tried one of the times I actually did a math, didn't get used on the team, of course. It's really hard to get any appreciable damage out of a Bard with its harps. You just can't. it's really hard to put any kind of good numbers up with that harp.
Holy Strike finishes it off in a decisive Game 1 win for Fig. Head to small 53 for the next map.
May play into the red team's favor here, honestly. White team's Berserker and Mimes will be able to close the distance a little faster, but I don't know if that'll play into their favor, honestly. Sure enough, Lancer does move up, goes for a double stab on the Tonberry, only hits one of them though, and is now in a pretty dangerous position. Carb model coming out on 2, gets 1 kill immediately. The other Mime pretty healthy still. Goes for a self-haste there, does not get it. Mime, of course, can't haste itself and does haste an enemy unit. That's not ideal. Another stop coming through, does not land, but even still, the red team already with an extremely commanding lead here. White is going to have its work cut out for it to run it back.
While Tonberries are capable of miracles, missing that shot is not the way to start it.
A charm from the Bard could swing things, but we don't see one just yet.
I mean, I've been doing assembly work since January. I think you mean AI.
Tonberry going for a grudge. Pretty good damage, is just a stopped Lancer, so certainly this match is all but in the bag. Sure enough, that is a 2-0.
A lot of 2-0s in this preseason. Speedy support. Alright, up next, Barren 4 versus Void, Squire Squad 2.0 versus the 4 Peters. I think this might be a pair of 4X teams. Oh, just one. Okay. Moxley the Squire with Punch Art HP Restore and Martial Arts with that Golemax for the 3PA. Audrey the Squire with Throw Item and Damage Split. Robin the Squire with Elemental, Counterflood, and Magic Attack Up. And Samuel the Squire with Time Magic Auto Potion and Attack Up. On the other side, for the 4 Peters, we have 4 Peters. We have a Singing Samurai with Meatbone Slash and Defense Up. A Singing Geomancer with Weapon Guard and Guts. A Singing Jesus Christ. A Singing Chemist with Counter Magic and Magic Defend Up. And a Mime, who is probably going to be singing. Oh,
That's
Void.
spectacular.
All right, we'll go to large 82. Sometimes you just gotta meme.
The songs are Life Song, Magic Song, and Nameless Song. Just took a look, and yeah, that's going to be a lot of healing coming out, and a lot of potential status effects.
It's going to be something. Squire Squad getting into position.
We have seen teams of 4 Squires do pretty well before, actually. We have seen some of the 4X teams do really well, some less good. But really pretty impressive. A lot of classes can really do a lot more than it seems when you first look at them.
Opening Secret Fist doesn't land. That's a lot of MA. Well, the Life Song wouldn't come out when no one's damaged, and Nameless Song, the AI has some, just, I don't know why, it just doesn't like it.
It's very strange because some games they'll start singing Nameless immediately and sing it like the entire match, even when you don't want them to, and then some matches they just don't want to apply buffs. It's very bizarre. I don't know why they do it.
Nameless Dance is even worse.
There's a proc from the crossbow onto that Chemist. Not quite enough to kill, but real close. High Ether, one of the skills you don't see quite as often, especially with the popularity, of course, of Ambrosia. A really great skill, even though it is very spendy.
The Peters are not having a great time.
No, they are falling apart here a little. And don't act proc. That is real bad for this Geo. Ooh, and the doesn't even matter. The double attack proc from that crossbow, more than enough to kill.
Yeah, all of the double strike procs and geomancy procs is just not going your way. Apparently the samurai is just really slow. There it is.
Yep, it is speed 8, so...
Game 1 goes to the Squires.
Very early Earth Clash, only hitting 1 for decent damage to the Samurai. Nothing super impactful just yet. Kami Itachi to follow it up, chipping damage down, no procs, but the Samurai is definitely getting low here. There's a Demi coming out that still not quite enough to finish, but Samurai is not super healthy here. Is forced to back up and start singing. Though with this team, certainly that might be what you want to see anyway.
Is that the Life Song one?
Yes, sure is.
That is exactly what you want to see, yeah.
Mega Potion?
A death sentence for the Chemist. Which one's Chemist?
Chemist is nameless.
So he wasn't really doing a whole lot anyways. Once again, Life Song keeping the Samurai out of near fatal and wasting several turns from the Squires.
The Chemist notably does also have Counter Magic and Magic Defend up, so being Death Sentenced is pretty unfortunate because he doesn't even really get to take advantage of that Counter Magic, not potentially absorbing any spells there.
Although that said, the Squires do not seem to be a very spell-heavy group.
This much is true.
Maybe a Geomancy, but that's about it.
Actually, seeing some Magic Songs come out, not a lot of luck in the landing there, though. Earth Slash under the table, hits the mine, brings it very low. That's going to be a Demon Fire to finish off. Oh, a healing Team Demon Fire, but does get the sleep proc. Chemist opts to move forward and go for a piddly little running knife slap instead of, you know, Nameless Song or anything else.
Literally anything.
Well, actually, it seems like it doesn't have any options. It has Nameless Song. That is the only skill it has. It does not have any items.
Well, he knows his plan.
Yes, actually, it looks like 0 of the team members have any skills from their primaries. It is just the 3 songs, and then, of course, their reactions and supports and movements.
You did not miss your team, Soul. It is Team 1, Day 2.
It's a 4-on-1 here. This Samurai is not long for this world. Demi comes out, doesn't land, but the Samurai doesn't have any ability to get anybody up, and nobody on the team is undead, so it is just going to be a couple turns here waiting it out.
Carve model does not proc, but looks like the Squire, well, I guess they're all Squires, the Bowman gets the last hit. It goes to the Squire squad, 2-0. Up next, we have Simmon 6 versus Ajorably. Americans versus Heroes of the Yucatan. Alright, up for the Americans, we have Billy Bob the Engineer with Precision, Auto Potion, and Sicken. Long-range Sickens with those Engineer rifles. Chuck the Knight with a Ramonda gun, Punch Art, CT Save, and Equip gun. Duke the Squire, Hunting Bow, Draw Out, Dragon Spirit, and Secret Hunt. And Frank the Engineer with Stone Gun, Item, and Deadshot. Notably, no time magic to counteract the start slow with the stone gun. So Frank is going to have to take his time getting back up to speed. Yeah, okay, that one I can't pronounce. XB, I don't know how to make those two sounds together. Is there like a glottal stop in there? Whatever. Balank, the archer, with throw, counter throw, and she, okay. She Blanc, so. Yep. She Blanc, the archer, with throw, counter throw, and sicken. She Blanc. Okay. Yeah. Hunapu the Archer with Snipe, Sunken State, and Guts. Quetzalcoatl the Priest with Black Magic, Barrier, and Magic Attack Up. And Huitzilopochtli. I fumbled that because I'm so fumbled. With Time Magic Kamito and Secret Hunt. Notably, the Priest and the Knight, the only non-ranged people on the entire field. Escutcheon to start haste and no way to mitigate the weaknesses, so this knight is potentially in some danger. We'll head to large 50 to start it off.
Is Zoomin gets an early haste out. Doesn't land it on the Priest, unfortunately, but the Archer does get hasted. Ooh, that NG does not care about the height, so is going to be able to take that early high position. It could be pretty good.
Fortunately for the other team, guns do not get the arc distance bonus that bows do. So he will still have to be somewhat in range.
Everybody taking some time. Nobody can get a clear line of sight on anybody just yet. Squire opts to move back around the corner, goes for Masa, lands 2 hastes, which is very good. Yeah, so what if give guns an ability sort of like a disjointed jump? You just shoot in the air, and after a certain number of turns, the bullet comes down on a particular square.
Just curve the bullet. That's how you do it, right?
Exactly. Looks like Ara just had the same idea. Yeah, you just use the jump scheme, but you don't actually have to go up with the bullet.
Great minds think alike, and sometimes Ara thinks like a great mind. Something about stopped clocks or whatever.
Wait, 350, a huge crit shot from that NG. Blast Star Punch lands another break there. Does absorb the used MP, not a skill you see super often. Squire hanging back and continually using this Masa. Shooting through the building there just a little bit. Squire moves over again, spamming this Masa. Nothing super unusual. We definitely have seen this plenty of times. Masa can get the AI stuck in a little bit of a loop. And she jumps back up top, gets a 99 crit shot, enough to drop that knight low, and the poison not quite enough to finish him off. Full life comes out, gets that archer right back up. The white mage still plenty healthy. Flash heal, so is going to get the huge heal on his teammate before the teammate gets a turn and that poison does him in.
But everyone is back up on the other side. Those poisons are starting to stack up.
Absolutely. And poison definitely effective as well, what with the AI not really caring to remove it all too often. We'll occasionally do it just sort of, you know, incidentally while removing something else, but more often than not, poison really does stick for the AI. It doesn't like to take it off of itself. There's a poison and discord landing there, but does not stop the Squire from being that team support.
Once again, the Flash Heal keeping the Knight in action.
Very hefty numbers on those Flash Heals, too.
Just poison all around.
Countering a gunshot with a rock is a pretty bold move.
It's a poison rock, to be fair.
How does one poison a rock? You just like throw a piece of like coral or something?
Yeah, just like toss some asbestos at him.
Just get the rock real dirty before he throws it? Everybody's poisoned now, which does notably make it a little bit harder to know who is on what team, although it's not super hard to tell just from, of course, their units. A quick glance just shows a lot of green, and for that matter, 2 transparent units, a lot of clear green.
A lot of very sudden damage coming out. Just death after death. Wow.
Poison ticking down on a lot of people is really adding up. Although that move HP up from that archer really helping to offset it, of course. Arm aim does not land. Despite the defensive posture, meaning that the knight has both of his arms in front of him, he manages to dodge the arm aim.
I think of it more like got hit in the arm, but it's still fine. He can keep using it.
Reasonable. Just tanks the arrow.
Yeah, just becoming a little pin cushion, but he'll be fine. Walk it off.
It's like I don't need the full strength of my arm to pull a trigger. I'm seeing a lot of crystallization happening here. Another arm aim missing. Ooh, and a proc from the crossbow finally does it.
Game 1 goes to the Americans. Much smaller map for round 2, inside the windmill shed. This might be a bit constraining on all of those guns.
Definitely a lot of line of sight issues here, potentially with the big post in the middle. An early Shelba stab does make that Squire a fair bit less durable. Ooh, and a hefty proc from that crossbow.
Of course, Mustadio starting the poison right out of the gate.
He learned from Bulk well, just coating his bullets in moss fungus, I guess.
Lead rounds. This is old-timey, right? That's how that works?
They just spit on the bullet before they put it in the gun.
2. Blastar takes out the helmet as well. Squire has not a whole lot of pieces of equipment left.
The shield still keeping him in that permanent defending state, but not a lot of HP. Sure enough, a shuriken bringing him super low, 177 max HP now. He is, yeah, super fragile, and the poison does him in.
Barrier not going to help us super lot against the poison, but Flash Heal sure is.
and a weapon break. Seeing a lot of breaks coming out. It does mean that the NG does have to just go for the shield break with a punch. Weapon breaks on Engineers super powerful. Not only, of course, does it stop them from having that range, but notably they have crap PA and MA. So, being able to use the guns that are PA agnostic is pretty great for them. Losing that weapon is real bad. Squire's brought back down very quickly, of course, no big surprise there. Auto Potion undoing the damage from that sword stab. NG going for a head break with a punch, which thematically is just fantastic. The aesthetic of just punching somebody in the helmet and it breaks.
Yeah, 5 PA probably not going to get there. That is not a strong person. Little wet noodle arms aren't breaking anything.
Of course, with the actual sword skills, you're using magic. The concept, though, a helmet, sure, you can break a helmet. How does one break a hat? If I have a hat on, if I'm wearing a beanie, how do you break the beanie?
Just atomized. Anyways, Game 2 goes to Ajorably, and we are seeing a Game 3 on Medium 66. It's our first Game 3 of the night.
Quite the lineup here on either side. Plenty of room for people to get those open shots with guns and bows. So.
The Engineer keeps his armor this time. And let the poisoning begin.
Auto Potion on that NG, keeping him a little healthier, though the Sicken will add up pretty quick. A double haste from that Masa, very, very good. Does also notably mean that it might stop using Masa, and holy shit, that was a big gunshot.
Sometimes you just crit.
Curse strike, but it does miss. One piece of gear on the Squire down already. Moves back and dies to the poison. There's another gunshot. 66 not doing a ton. Sunken state triggers, so it cannot miss its next shot. Will not get a next shot.
Shellbust is guarded this time.
This NG is just a unit. Only 168 that time, but that's still pretty hefty damage, and I dare say the team is more than a little bit in the lead here.
There it is. Game 3 goes to the Americans. They take the set 2-1. And up now, Break 1 versus Fig 1, Tennessee Titans versus O Canada. Up for the Tennessee Titans, we have Amy Adams the Squire with Lava Bolt, Escutcheon 2, and a Vanish Mantle. Time Mage, Counter Magic, and Magic Defend up. Derrick Henry the Knight with Item Meatbone Slash and the double Nagra Rock. Mike Vrabel the Geomancer with White Magic Hamido and Deadshot with that Blood Sword. and ran Carthan the Lancer with Punch Art, MP Switch, and Guts. On the other side, for O Canada, we have Trees the Trent with Blessing of Nature, Rocks the Lancer with Punch Art, CT Save, and Martial Arts. Of course, the popular Lancer Monk build. Moose the Sacred with Mimic Titan, and Weather the Wizard with White Magic Weapon Guard and Short Charge. Let's go to large 71. Swamp.
Swamps.
This is where they dipped the rocks. And the bullets, I guess? No, wait, this isn't the poison one. Never mind.
Let's see how effective Canada is in a swamp.
Yeah, it's more of a Florida thing.
Nobody in range of one another just yet. Tree and Moose, of course, nice and slow. Gonna take a bit to move up. There's an early Hell Ivy, though. No procs, so just a little bit of damage. And a CT save from the Lancer, it is going to be able to act just a little bit faster. There's a big cast coming out from the Wizard.
Wizard Blizzard.
Does get a slow proc. Earth Slash drops the Geo low, does break the MP switch. Chakra from the Lancer, though, is going to heal the Geo some and also refresh its MP, so it will be able to potentially get another switch there. Ambrosia as well, and that Geo's looking pretty healthy, but that team is very clumped. There's the big Mimic Titan, hitting all four.
That's a lot of damage.
Blessing of Nature, and wow. Team is in the driver's seat here already. There's a big Blizzard. It is going to hit the friendly Cal, but still, that is just a ton of AoE going out so quickly.
White team on the back foot having to do heals, and there goes another big AoE Mimic Titan.
Hitting 3 this time and not 4, but does get a kill, drops 1 low, and does some pretty good damage to the third. Another Blessing of Nature is going to get that Shell Protect and Re-Raise on the Bull as well. The whole team has Re-Raise now, as well as that Protected Shell. It's going to be, I dare say, a little tough for the Titans to make its way through. Chain Lightning getting 1 kill, does not get the second one because of the guard. There's an Earth Slash, though, heals and does damage.
That is not a large wave fist.
Not at all. Bull says, let me show you what, how to do melee strikes. Gets that Petrify, and that is a very fast game 1.
Going to small 70 next. And with the way things are clumped up, that's going to be once again really good for the Moose. Titans take out the Wizard before his first turn.
Revive comes out, does bring him right back up, but that is a fair bit of tempo loss already. Hellcry Punch not enough to get the kill, but does break the weapon, so Blizzard not going to be as strong. There's a big Mimic Titan on a clumped up team, and it does heal the Wizard plenty as well. A Blessing of Nature too. Yikes.
It does hit one of the Titans, however.
No procs from that Geo. Wizard getting its move now is going to start casting Ghost for a full life.
Offensive does not land.
First slash through the pillar, hitting 2. Lancer moves over, goes for a chakra on its buddy.
Lancer is taken low, and looks like the Knight's going to finish him off.
2 stabs, not big ones, but is enough. There's a big shake-off, though. Does get the hit, gets the kill. Does not care that it was only 75% accurate. That was enough. MP switch is broken again. Another offensive full life coming out here to take this Knight out. Does it land this time?
It sure does.
Lancer's back up, goes for a chakra on itself as well as hitting the tree. Is a 2-on-4 here. Spin Fist, a little bit of damage, but not very much.
Wizard is low, but gonna get healed by this Mimic Titan again. Canada just making sport out of Tennessee.
Just 1 unit left here. Secret Fist does land, so we do have to wait out a couple turns here, but Lancer only having 2 actions left does not have a way to finish this team off, so it is just going to be a couple of turns of waiting.
It is possible the Knight gets up before the Lancer goes down, although I don't think the Knight's soloing either.
That does it. That is another clean 2-0.
Alright, everybody, we'll be back tomorrow with the second half of the preseason, and then Sunday will be the start of the regular season. Looking forward to see what the teams do this month, and I'm taking the extra time, of course, to do a bunch of massive rewrites. Next month is going to be very different, but for now, let's see how this month does. I've been Sardek.
And I've been Koromar.
And we'll see you all tomorrow.